What's going on, guys? Chris here with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal in Palm Beach County, Florida. Welcome to 2023. We are starting the year off busy, which is great because December was kind of up and down. It was one of my better income months, but it was very up and down schedule-wise. So I'm glad that January is starting off smooth. And my goals for this year, marketing-wise, is to focus on networking and social media and/or just overall online presence. So I've been learning a lot about marketing strategies and how to kind of match the public's audience versus your target audience versus kind of just pushing content out just to push it out, and the kind of the pros and cons of each one. So I'm going to go ahead and share some of the tips I've recently learned to kind of help push for this year, and then we'll go ahead and show you the job we're doing today, which is a repeat client. He originally found me through Google. He mentioned to me the last time I did a job for him that he has multiple medical office buildings that he buys, manages, and sells, and this is one of them. It's a 1,200 square foot office, and it's just all the carpet they pulled up. He's seen my trailer before, and he said I don't think it's gonna be more than half a truck, so we'll see what kind of happens there. He wasn't the stingy type when it comes to pricing, which is always appreciated. I will probably tack on a little bit of a time charge because, like most places, whenever you have an elevator, you're usually having to wait for other people to use it, and or you can't really load it up. You have to do like one trip at a time, but we'll show you the job when we get there. In the meantime, like and subscribe. This year we're going to be a little bit more concise with our videos, a little bit more action shots, fewer tips, and just kind of overall recaps of the jobs. That job is complete. We are currently at the dump right now waiting in line. So The job overall was pretty smooth. Didn't really have any incidences with the elevator, no long wait times like I thought there may have been. I did have a few stairs, which you saw in the clip, that kind of slowed me down a little bit because I couldn't take everything out just smoothly. But it is what it is. I was able to park right next to the trailer or by the door, and that was very convenient. But overall, not a bad job. Guys that were there that was working for my client, super cool guys. Ended up being 7/8 of a load, so he originally told me about half a truck, but I think they're kind of accumulating things last minute, which is fine with me because more stuff means more money. And I tacked on a few extra bucks for some contractor bags. He did get a $35 repeat client discount, so I'll go ahead and throw up the final price along with the picture of the full load at the end of the video. In the meantime, I wanted to talk about some of the marketing tactics I've kind of been learning recently, because if you've seen my other last couple of videos, my goal for this year is to be very heavily drawn into Google and social media and just online presence in general for my marketing, as well as networking for professionals with realtors, professional organizers, property management, contractors, stuff like that. So those are like my two main goals this year, where I plan on putting 80% of my effort into. The remaining 20% is going to go into handing out business cards, whether it's on job sites or going by to actual facilities, and then putting out yard signs at pretty much every job I go to. That way I'm leaving an imprint everywhere I'm going throughout my county, versus focusing on just one area and doing that kind of like once a week. So those are kind of the goals there. For the marketing, something I've kind of learned recently, and I know it may sound like common sense, but I've always thought of the altar, which is, instead of marketing to a mass amount of people, focus on your target audience specifically, so that way you're more likely to yield a higher conversion rate because people are actually wanting to use you. Whereas instead of marketing to like my whole county, which could easily be like 500,000 people, and I think, well, 500,000 people, you know, what are my odds that someone in there is going to use me? Whereas think about how much money that is, though, to market to that many people. So if I could focus on my specific audience, that I'm more likely to get a higher result out of, and that way I'm kind of pinpointing the amount of money I'm using on it, I can hopefully spend a little less and yield higher results, which is kind of everyone's goal. So I do plan on probably doing Google ads this year for once, like consistently, and Facebook ads and other things. But I want to make sure that I'm well researched ahead of time and that I'm pushing out good content that's going to yield me results, versus just kind of half-assing it and, you know, just seeing like, you know, hearing crickets all week. So some of the things I learned recently is that you can Google social media demographics, and they'll actually show you who is the typical audience member of each app, whether it's social or whether it's Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or LinkedIn or Nextdoor. And you can also get age groups out of it, which can be really helpful for when you're running ads on Facebook or Google. That way you can target which groups your focus is on, instead of just going for like the overall market. So I found that to be very helpful. And the other thing too is, instead of just putting out content just to push out content, try to make quality content. And videos are proven to be more engaging than just pictures or posts on any social media. So if you can throw out, you know, quick 10, 15, 30 second, you know, little mini commercials, or even if they're just like walkthroughs of jobs before and after, people are more likely to click on that and watch it, versus just seeing a post and just kind of scrolling past it. So most people in the world are more visual than they are like readers. So I think that's something that's going to be more helpful to kind of do, and I plan on kind of pushing that on most online sources. So those are just two things I kind of found to be helpful. I know they kind of seem like common sense, but I always kind of thought the altar. So hopefully those two quick little tips kind of helped you guys out. Let me know if you like these videos a bit more than my original ones. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more concise and just kind of spreading out tips as I go, which is also good for me because I can make sure I'm not pushing out BS tips. It's stuff I actually like try or learn and figure it out actually work for me. So let me know what you think. Otherwise, I hope everyone is having a good start to the new year. and comment down what your goal is as far as income for this year if you have one. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.